guys, my name's Brenden, and I started the Supplement Empire to help people start supplement companies without investing in inventory. So, the purpose here is that we want to help people increase their income by selling supplements online without investing in inventory. This is huge because if you were to invest in your own inventory, you could end up spending $50,000 to $100,000 in inventory before even starting to market your product, which is crazy. So, this really lowers the barrier to entry so anybody can start now. In the next 60 minutes, the idea is that you're going to be cooler and richer than this guy, the Shopify wizard. So yeah, this video will be less than 60 minutes, but still. What you can expect is that this takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. I'm wanting to set proper expectations because I know a lot of YouTubers that will make a post and they'll say something like, launch a drop shipping store and make $100,000 in your first month and all this crazy stuff. And people get all these false hopes and they start and then it sucks and they don't make money and then they quit. I want to have proper expectations. Like, you will need to put in the work, but it will be worth it. You are going to make money if you continue. Who is this for? This is specifically for people who are willing to work hard for the reasons that I just said. You need to be willing to test and to learn. That's very important, and it ties very well into the next step here, number 3. It's people who are willing to fail so that they can then succeed. And the reason that is important is that you might work for a whole weekend making these videos and editing things. Then you might launch the ads that you make and they're going to suck. And then you're not going to get any sales and then you're going to quit. But if you're willing to fail, what will happen is that you will see, okay, 1 out of 10 of these videos did well. This brings us back to the testing and learning. Why did it work well? You will see, okay, so this worked well because the guy that I have in the video is talking about XYZ. Let's make more videos talking about XYZ instead of ABC. Right. So you learn, and then next time you make ads, 2 out of 10 are going to be winners. And then 3 out of 10 are going to be winners. And then you're going to keep having more and more success. But you need to be willing to eat something for a bit. I don't know the YouTube rules of when you get censored for cussing. But yeah, so we have brand new sellers that are using the same methods that I'm going to talk about in this video. They're launching ads, they're seeing results. Like this guy here, they got their first sale because they just made their store and they didn't know what to do. We taught them some stuff with Facebook ads. They got their first sale, and you can see even the next day after they got another sale. So it's cool to see that people starting from the very beginning are seeing success. And then we have this guy that says, 2 exciting supplement brands launching. This guy launches a new supplement brand every month. I swear, it's crazy, but it's cool because we have people complete beginners, and then we have advanced guys. This guy's been selling for like 20 years. It's crazy, but imagine that wherever you are, it's somewhere in between. You're going to come in here. You're going to have questions. I'll be able to answer them. This guy who just started, who's now making more money, will be able to answer them. It's a very nice community that we have. We have a group that we can talk more about later, but it's very cool. So on this video, what we're going to cover is what supplements to sell, how to sell them, where to sell them, and who to sell them to. So very important points. Stick with me as we go through these, okay? First of all, the idea here is that we're going to help you create your store and start getting sales. What that means, though, is we want to help you get more customers to pay you more money. The idea that you need to keep in mind with all of this is that if you got 100 people to come to your website and only 1 of them purchased from you, you're only going, and they paid $50, you're only going to make $50. But if you had 100 people come to your store and 5 of them bought from you and they all paid $75 instead of $50, you see the difference there. You're not just making 5 times the amount of money. You're actually making 5, whatever times the 75 is. You do the math. But that's the objective. And so why listen to this beautiful bald man? I've scaled a lot of supplement brands. You can see here, some of these guys are in the high 7 figures. So almost approaching 8 million here, 2 million, and then a few other guys in the 1.3 million, and then a few 6-figure brands. So just from any range, any niche, like I've worked with them all. So just to tell you more about myself so you understand my experience, when I first started, I was a personal trainer. Which was crazy because I actually quit my job with nothing saved up and I didn't even have a personal training client. So the idea was that I was going to just figure it out, which was crazy because we were expecting a baby. So, there was no chance of failing. Like it's not even an option, which is a pro, but it's also kind of stupid, right? Like that can be a really bad con. If I didn't make it work, we would have been kind of screwed, right? So be smarter than me. My two biggest drives, like externally, I wanted to eat at Chipotle without checking my bank account, and that's a bit of a joke, but not really. Like I hope you guys haven't been there, but if you've been there, where you go to the store and you buy your groceries, but you're kind of like hoping the credit or debit card goes through because you don't know the balance on there. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to look, because every time you look, it's like $27 in your account, and you're kind of crossing your fingers that the charge goes through. That's where I was, at least, and that was horrible. So I kind of joke about that, but seriously, like I wanted to go to Chipotle and buy a damn burrito without freaking out, right? That's it's very real. Internally, though, I want to start a family, like, but I'm not providing for anybody on the money I was making, right? We'll just say that. At first, I was trading my time for money. So when I was personal training, I actually was on the higher end. Like I was charging $100 per session, which is a lot compared to, if you go to like a commercial gym and it's like $20 a session, right? So 5 times they were charging. And what's interesting, look at this. I uploaded this image to Canva 2 years ago. So this was where I was. It was just cool that Canva told me that. I was like, wow. I totally forgot the time that's gone through. And anyways, it's been crazy, but I was a little bit more jacked there, but times change. The problem with this, like I'm saying though, is that you can have one client pay you $100 per session, but then clients leave, you need to get more, and it's always a constant struggle. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's an okay business model. Like you can make money, but it's not scalable, right? So that brings us to the next point here, where like, you need to have your business needs to be a model that you can scale. I can't scale myself. I could hire other personal trainers, but then I have a coaching business, and I am not a personal trainer, right? The idea here is that we need to be able to get an infinite amount of customers, but it doesn't change with my time. So that means you can then make an infinite amount of money. So for example, if I'm selling a physical product and I have a different company shipping the product for me, if I sell one of these an hour, or if I sell 100 of these an hour, my time is the same, but I have the ability to sell 1,000 of these an hour. You see, it's not locked on myself, right? So that's very important. I started to then strategize how to make money online, and this is when I started my first supplement company. So you'll see here, this is my first page that I made. There I am in the gym that I used to train people at. I started to kind of figure things out, right? Started to see like how to build an online store. I started to learn Facebook ads, all of this stuff. Okay. I actually then started my first supplement brand, which you can see in the picture there. And it's this product right here, which was cool. You can see all these boxes. This is actually in my office. It was right here. It was taking up the whole space when it was first arrived, but it was cool because I was selling online and I was selling in person at local gyms. The cool thing about local gyms in person is I was building great brand, like local gyms I would go to. Everybody loved me. I was like a local celebrity. Like, it's my little brother. These are, friends of mine, or, guy that works at the gym. And anyways, it was good for like building brand and getting sales. But again, it's not scalable, especially like I mentioned, we had a baby on the way. So could you imagine having a newborn baby, getting zero sleep, going to sell at a gym for like 2 to 3 hours every other day? Like, no way. It doesn't work. Whereas the online option is scalable. So I started to push more into the online space. I started to learn more about Facebook ads and things like this, right? What was really cool is that started to work a lot, which you can see. I was getting sales like in the beginning. Like when I was a personal trainer, I was making some money, and then boom, I learned like Facebook ads, and I started to make a lot more sales. And this is not even an up-to-date screenshot, but it was super cool. I made this ad that really popped off, going over the benefits of creatine. You can see I have like 600 reactions here, 22 shares, and I have like hundreds of comments. It just doesn't show it on here. But that was kind of the first taste of this thing working, which was cool. I got like proof of concept, started to push more into it, which was really good because, all of those nights like started to pay off of, staying up until 1 a.m. earliest. I have so many nights where I stayed up till 4 a.m. It was like, it's brutal, but it's funny because I love working. So I would work until 4 a.m. every day if I could. So it's like, I'm not complaining, but it is a lot of work, right? What's nice now is I make my own schedule. I'm fully in control of my life, my income, everything. So you'll see here, like this is when I first started to get a bunch of sales, and this is like in my kitchen, packing orders and about to drop them all at USPS. Like it didn't even have boxes to put them in, which is super cool. And this is us, with my baby. We're at the zoo having a good time, and this is like a Tuesday morning. So, anyways, kind of the point here is like once you start to get things work, you really get in control of everything, right? So the hard way for all of this is that you can try these different things. You can try being a creator, which can work. If you have a personal brand, you can crush it. But building one it can be hard. It's not easy. It's not for everybody, but it can be a good option. But it's tough. You could then sell. You could also sell digital products, but again, nobody's going to buy from you unless they know who you are or they know that you're successful. Like if I'm here telling you, give me $20 for a Facebook ads template, you're gonna not buy it unless you just heard me say that I've scaled these brands, right? Like then you're like, oh, okay, maybe this idiot knows what he's talking about, and I'll pay $20. So if you don't have that social proof aspect in the first place, you're screwed. You're not gonna be able to sell anything. One-on-one coaching, it's a good business model. You can make a lot of money, but again, it's not scalable. So you can make good money, but you're not going to be like rich, right? So keep that in mind. For Amazon FBA, that stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. So that's where you'll see these YouTube videos like, oh, I buy this product from China for $1 and then I sell it for 10. Like, okay, first of all, if you buy it for $1 plus shipping another dollar, let's say you got it for your cost of goods is $2. You sell it for $10. You have $8 of profit margin. Amazon takes 15% of that plus shipping. So they take another $1.50. So you're at $3.50 now of cost of goods plus shipping for, let's call it $3. You're now at $6.50. So you have $3.50 profit margin. Like, woo, like good job, Plus, if you spend anything on advertising, you're screwed. Same thing for drop shipping, like stupid widgets. And that's what I mean with like these low ticket products. Like you're selling like, I don't know, like people sell these tripods for like $10. And I'm like, how do you have any profit unless you're selling like 10,000 a month, 10,000 at a $2 profit margin. Okay, fine. You're making 20 grand. Like, I guess it's worth it, but anyways, it's a lot of effort for not a lot of success. And then once I buy this, I'm not going to subscribe. I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to keep buying these. That's why it's so much better what we're doing, selling supplements. Because if I sell this to you once and you like it and you get results, you're going to come back 6-10 times because the product works, right? So the lifetime value of this versus this is insane. $10 lifetime value, $100 to $200 lifetime value, right? Depends on your pricing and everything. So again, the problem is that you have the wrong vehicle if you're not seeing the results that you want. So you need to shift your vehicle to make this work, okay? So first of all, we're going to go over who you want to sell to. And once you figure that out, you're going to find out what they would buy, and then you're going to sell that. So let's dig into this. So first of all, we have 3 secrets here that we go over. We go over product, which it ties to what we just said. Then we go over lifetime value, so how to get more customers to pay you more money. And then number 3 is how to drive traffic. So we're going to cover each of these individually. First of all, with product, myself, when I was trying to sell it first, I was just trying to sell my products to anybody and everybody I could. This was wrong. It was reversed. Like I got the product, then I was trying to figure out who to sell it to. What you should do is decide who your customer is. So you should say, I want to sell to 80-year-old men who want to age better. I want to sell to people with joint pain. I want to sell to bodybuilders, to vegans, to women that with hair loss, men with hair loss. Choose one, okay? You then find out what they want. So you're going to go ask 50 vegans, hey, what supplements help you the most? Oh, I always supplement with iron because I have an iron deficiency because I don't eat meat. Okay, good. Then sell iron. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to guess and reinvent the wheel and create some crazy vegan energy drink, whatever. You just need to say, what do you take that works? Okay, good. What do you like about it? Oh, I like that. It makes me feel good and I'm not lightheaded, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Then you can also ask them, what are the main problems that you deal with from being a vegan? oh, low energy, I'm always hungry, blah, blah, blah. So you could do a protein powder so that they're not hungry. You see, like and then your marketing is very easy. Are you tired of always being hungry? Oh, I know. I hate it. Says I'm a vegan. I can't find filling foods. That's why I take this casein protein powder. It tastes amazing. I feel full. It's high protein. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to guess what to say. The customer told you what to say already. Makes it so much easier. Then this is supposed to not say decide with your customers. This is supposed to say just sell that. So I want to sell to people with joint pain. Here's some fish oil. Give me your money. It's like when you do it in that order, it becomes that simple. It's like, you are a vegan. You're not full because you don't have filling foods. I'm making this crap up. I'm not a vegan. I don't know. And then you solve the problem. You see, you don't solve a problem and then find out whose problem it is. You find out who is the problem, then you solve it in that order. My total investment to learn all of this is what has been over $100,000 easily, and also over 1,000 hours. The amount of hours that I spent selling in gyms, building pages, making ads, like everything, it's been insane. So this information I'm telling you is super valuable, and like, this is just on my own brands. Like, the amount of clients that I've scaled, and we spent money on ads and everything. It's a lot. So first of all, I just want to show you like some student successes that are in our community. Few of these guys, like I said, we have some beginners and we have some more intermediate people, but this guy's always launching ads that crush it, get 4 to 6 return on ad spend, which is insane. This guy got a $300 order, which is amazing. So we want to help you maximize your average order value. This guy over here, he's split testing these pages to see what's better conversion rate. So people are always just implementing things, learning things, and then sharing with the group. So who this works for, I would say if you're a personal trainer, you have a much higher chance of success because you already have customers that know, like, and trust you. This also applies to online coaches, physical therapists, chiropractors, and it could work for online sellers if you already have experience selling online. But if you're already one of these 4, you have customers that are going to say, let's say you're a physical therapist, thanks for helping with whatever. I always have joint pain in my elbow since the accident. And you say, oh, cool, we have this omega-3 oil that really helps with joint pain. They're obviously going to buy it from you because they know, like, and trust you. They're not going to go to Walmart or Amazon to buy it. If you sell it, they know, like, and trust you. Especially if you're like, all of our existing clients get a discount anyway, so it's 10% off. Here's the link. Like, are you kidding me? That is the easiest sell you will ever make in your life. They're already paying you for your other services. It's just more of the same. This could work for anyone. The reason I have that with question marks is that I don't want to set false expectations. Like I said in the beginning, this takes work. So I want you to know that it can work for anybody, but it will take effort. It's not just like any Joe Schmo can start a Shopify store and make millions, right? Like, the idea is that you're going to start a supplement store. You're going to test and learn, like we talked about in the beginning, after you already got the correct product for the correct avatar. And then you're going to start selling and learning and make money, but one step at a time, right? It is for anyone, but it's not for everyone. That's the best way to say that. So different types of store, again, general fitness, sleep, muscle growth, different avatars. This is for people who can't fall asleep or who wake up not well rested. You see, like, your messaging can be very unique, super unique. We have this guy selling. See, Vita Voice. They're selling to people that are singers or speakers that want to have good voice health, throat health. I don't know the right way to say that, but like, imagine you're a public speaker. You don't want to have like a raspy voice or something. You don't want to sound like a RFK or you want to sound like clear, easy to hear. Women's hair growth, sleep. Again, this is like, they sell like focus gummies and sleep gummies and all this stuff. General fitness, more sleep, women's health. Women's health is huge. Probably the biggest market, because if you look at Facebook, like, women 35 plus make the majority of purchases on Facebook, but it's also the most competitive because they're the decision maker. Because what you'll see is also, if you're selling products for guys or for kids, sometimes wives will buy it for the husband or for the kid. So they are the number one online shoppers. So very competitive, but very lucrative. So again, anybody can make a shop that will serve any customer. So you can be as specific as you want to help gamers lose weight, or you want to help women grow thicker hair, or you want to help, I don't know, postpartum women recover their health, or whatever it is, right? Like you can choose whatever. It's not just for like gym bros that want to get jacked and sell steroids to other guys, and or just ecom wizards that understand what I'm talking about with online selling, right? It's possible to make it work for anybody, for any customer, right? So step one on how to make this work is, if you want to start with $0 invested in inventory, you connect with a white label supplier. In our community, which you can check out with the link in the YouTube bio, we actually share one of our partners in there, and they have a very good catalog with a lot of products, but they also have a good they have a pretty low price per product. And again, you have to decide what products will be in your store and then see the profit margin of those products. So I can't tell you a blanket statement of price of product, but let's say it costs $10 to sell the water bottle and you sell it for $40, you have $30 of profit to mess with there, right? So here you can start selling profitably instantly. Like I said, $30 profit margin, not bad. It's just kind of up to you to then, like, we'll go over the next steps about this that are very important, but also like a lot of things to keep in mind here. Like if you're doing white label, you don't need to worry about ordering inventory, waiting 2 to 3 months for the manufacturer to make the product, then warehousing it, then packing it and shipping it. There's nothing to it other, like, they sell for you. It is like the most amazing thing. So I would focus on, first of all, once you have your store built, social media posts. Try to post as like an authority. For example, if I'm selling creatine, I would be like, my Instagram would be Mr. Creatine, and I talk about the benefits of creatine and why creatine works and blah, 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 all these things. I become the authority, and then people will listen to me, right? Number two, if you already have clients from personal training, physical therapy, whatever, you can just promote to your existing customers. It is the easiest money that you will ever make. Number three is paid ads. This is the most scalable, but it's also the most to learn, which again, we cover this in our community. Like that's the main thing that we teach is like paid ads, how to build your store and set it up for maximum conversions, things like this, right? So step three. So like anybody can do this. We have 2 guys that are in our group that are 65 plus, and they're getting sales at their stores. Like this is not just for 18-year-old kids that are super good online tech wizards. And it's not like that at all. Basically, anybody can make this work for any avatar. That's like the main thing to realize. So don't think that you're like too late or it's going to be too hard. Like you'll just have to figure it out. And it is possible to figure out. This brings me back to what I said in the beginning: work hard, test, and learn. So secret number 2, we need to increase the amount of customers that are buying from you. So this is a conversion rate aspect. We need to increase how much they spend, so average order value. And just to give you an example, if I came to your store and I buy 1 bottle of water for $10, that's what your average order value is. But if you're like, hey, why don't you just buy one, get one half off? So now the average order value is $15. So you see over time, you'll make more profit per customer because of this. Then you need to increase how many times they come back. The number one way to do this is with subscriptions. So you can say, hey, instead of buying one time for 10, why don't you get 20% off and get this bottle for $8, and we'll ship it to you monthly, free shipping. And then every month they're being billed $8, $8, $8, $8. You see, and you'll see how long they stay on for usually. For example, me with this creatine brand, like my lifetime value is on average around $200. So I'm going to show you a few things of how I fell on my face, because I did the exact opposite of everything I just said. I was sending people to a crappy store that didn't convert, and they were spending no money with me. So I was getting 0 sales for $0, basically, The first thing you need to do is make a landing page. This is super important. And a few key things here is that you need to have a strong offer, but stick with me. Don't say 50% off and go run. Like, wait a second. You have a strong headline that goes over the benefits and, maybe you have to see how to word it well. Video for me works very well, having a video sales letter here, but it doesn't work it doesn't work for everybody. Some brands don't use videos. It's interesting. It's worth testing. So the idea here is that we're driving all of our customers to a landing page where they cannot jump around your home page, like on your main website, go to your blog, go to bundles and about us and back to your products, and they get lost and then they bounce. This way, they're on a very dedicated landing page that all they can do is scroll through and purchase. That is the only things they can do on this page. We have like maximum control over the customer. So this is what I mean by having a strong offer. So by maximizing your conversion rate, we have some scarcity things here, like that's important. But the main thing that you need to see here is the offers. If you're buying one bottle, you're paying me full price. I'm not giving you a discount on this. You can, however, subscribe and save 50% on the first bottle. Then you get 20% off on all the bottles after that. That's my offer. So the reason I'm telling you this is that this is how, let me tell you actually in a second. So first of all, for buy two, get one free, look at the average order value boost. It's about a $100 order, okay? So what's interesting is nobody buys the single because it's so lame. You're just putting it there to show them like how bad of a deal buying the single is, where they could get these other two offers. So what will happen is they say 49 for one, like I would rather just subscribe and save. So this is great because subscription gives you big lifetime value. The buy two, get one free gives you a big average order value. So now you can then reinvest more into ads and you can scale faster. So subscriptions are so important. Like, look, I have some subscribers here paying me almost $800, $730, $730, $610. And this is people that have been on with me for what is that? Oh, almost 2 years. That's crazy. Wow. So anyways, some loyal customers, they like the product. Selling more. So this is using post-purchase upsells. This is super important. The most important thing to know here is that you always sell them more of the same. So if I sent you to a landing page selling you creatine and you bought creatine, I'm going to say, hey, get one more or get three more for 20% off. The reason we do this is that you already are closed on the creatine. We're just offering you more. Then what you can do is after they buy more of the same, you can then say, hey, buy our energy drink as well. If you like creatine, you want to get better results in the gym, this gives you more energy, right? But you wouldn't go from creatine to pre-workout. You see, like you would stick with creatine, and then you can cross-sell something else. What's great about this is it's all in the same transaction. So they've already purchased your product. It's not going to harm your conversion rate. It's just adding to the average order value. There's absolutely this in Shopify. Again, we teach this in our community. Secret number one, so for traffic, what you need to know here is that you don't want to just post random stuff like a picture of your product. Like you need to be very intentional with it. And you actually want to post a lot of informational content and kind of establish yourself as the authority. If I'm Mr. Creatine and I'm talking about creatine all the time, people are going to look to me for advice on creatine. And then whenever I'm like, oh, the best creatine is Sweet Cree, blah, 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 people are going to go buy Sweet Cree, right? So very important if you are going to build a personal brand, like you need to build it with a lot of credibility and you become the authority in the space, right? Step two is learning paid ads. And this is the most important because it's the most quickly scalable. And it's all about being in the right place at the right time. On Google, if somebody searches creatine, you better be there to take that purchase, right? Because if you aren't, I am. Somebody's going to get that purchase. So you want to be on these platforms. For Facebook, it's good because you actually tend to generate more demand on Facebook. So what will happen is you'll see an ad from me that this creatine tastes so good, it builds the most muscle, blah, blah, blah. I'm making that crap up. Don't actually say that in your ad. But then, you're going to be like, oh, great, I've been looking for creatine. Let me buy that. You see, so Facebook, I get your attention, whereas Google, I capture your demand, right? So differences of the platforms there. Then you start to market your email list. You'll say, hey guys, we saw you bought our product 3 months ago. Hope you liked it. I know it's hard to stay consistent with the creatine, so we're offering a bundle right now where you can buy 3 for 20% off because we want to help you be consistent. We want to just ship it all to you up front, whatever. You see, and then you're reactivating past customers or converting customers that never placed an order in the first place. that maybe just left them your email, left you their email on your website, but they didn't buy. So any brand can scale with these things in place. Doesn't matter what the product is. Like you'll see here, like 8 million, 3 million in sales. Like it's very, it's very possible. You just need to have these things in place. So these are the three secrets that we covered: is the product, lifetime value, and traffic. So if you use these things, you will be able to succeed. So if you have a high converting store, so you get 5 people out of 100 to pay you instead of 1. You get them to pay you more on each order, so you maximize your average order value, and you get people on a subscription, so you maximize your lifetime value. So you're getting more customers and they're paying you more. Like this is the most important thing. Then you just need to drive traffic. It's all about numbers, So keep these things in mind. They're all super important. So if you have all these in place with a good offer, you could sell online 100%. Doesn't matter the niche. I don't care if you want to sell to fat gamers or jacked gamers that want to get more shredded. Like, does not matter the niche. It can work. So we've helped people in the community with making logos, make labels, building websites, and building funnels. Like, if you join our community, we help you do this. You can also just pay us to do it too. Like, I'm not going to lie, but the idea of the community is that we help you do it yourself, so you don't need to pay us. So that's how we can help, basically. And with this, the most important things I would say is that you start knowing where to begin and you start on the right path. You don't, like I said before, I've spent over $100,000 in 1,000 hours building my own brand. You are starting with all of that experience. You don't have to then go and spend money and learn the same lessons I did. So I'm offering you $100,000 and 1,000 hours of your life back. If you join the community is kind of a funny way to think about it, but it's kind of true, right? Like the amount of time that I stayed up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning building pages and stuff. Like, again, not complaining. I enjoy working, but it is a lot. No guesswork. You don't have to wonder whether or not it's going to work. You just need to see. You just need to know that the proper way to test, find out what works, and then iterate on that. You see, so it's not guessing if it'll work. It's just it's educated testing, right, with a purpose. So that's what I was saying at the beginning. You need to be willing to test and fail so that you can then scale. So don't join the community with the expectation that you're going to make $1 million in 1 month or all of your ads are going to be winners. Like, I'm going to teach you how to test and find winners. I'm not going to teach you how to just create winners without testing. I'm not magic, So anyways, yeah, I mean, that's it really. Again, the link is in our about page on YouTube. So just go click up there. You can just sign up for our community right away. You can jump in, post in the group, ask questions. Like, it's super cool, very cool group, super chill guys in there. What else? Yeah, I mean, that's it. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you have any questions, again, once you join the community, you can just message me and I'll help you out with whatever.